Here we have a journalist asking simplistic questions to someone who is far more informed on the subject, like Yanis Varoufakis. Is China benefiting from its relationship with Africa? Of course. But the more important question is whether Africa is benefiting as well.
Money. They are now all over Africa, buying things and investing over there and getting those countries dependent on them and supporting non-democratic people. And I'm just
Like
wondering,
whom?
well,
We are in a country that supports Saudi Arabia.
yes, that's
Yeah?
true. Right. So
So suddenly we have a problem with superpowers supporting non-democratic people?
yes, I do, but I also am just concerned that we've created the economic power that China has now, and they're using it, I fear, going to be using it against us eventually and against the better interests of a lot of people.
Allow me to put your mind to rest.
Okay. Great.
You shouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
Very simple. And let me explain why you shouldn't worry about it. But please continue.
They're in Africa. They're lending money to countries to build ports and different.
To build what?
Port.
And what's wrong with that?
And, well, because.
Countries that need ports get ports.
But they're making people dependent on. No, it's the same thing that we've done, which is.
No, it's not.
All around the world.
They are far more humanistic than the United States ever was.
Really?
Absolutely.
So.
Let me give you an example. Of course, they are peddling for influence, but they are non-interventionist, absolutely non-interventionist in a way that Europeans, the West, has never managed to fathom.
I have a feeling they have a longer-term thought process that is more fortunate.
All right. But let's judge what we see. Let's judge what. Well, let's start at the beginning. The Chinese never asked Apple to go to Shenzhen and produce all the iPhones. It was Steve Jobs that decided that. It was not China that went to Washington, D.C. and demanded that they buy a third of your national debt. If they hadn't bought it, you would be in serious trouble. Number three, I did allude to this in my talk. If in 2008 China had not cranked up their credit bubble, we would be in a new Great Depression now. So China, the United States, and the European Union are absolutely synergistic, and they need one another in a way that if we fail to acknowledge and to nurture, billions of people, including the majority of the people in this country, are going to suffer. I am not going to stand here and defend China and the Chinese Communist Party. I already made some negative remarks about the Chinese Communist Party in referring to their attitudes as being compatible with those of Wolfgang Schäuble. My concern about China is the authoritarian manner in which the Chinese regime is treating the Chinese people. As a Democrat, I have a problem with this. Mind you, I have to tell you that, from my understanding of China, it's a very interesting social experiment in the sense that at the local level, the regional level, you now have a boisterous democracy at the local and regional level, even with popular success stories in overthrowing local authorities, local bureaucrats who have been corrupt, who have been
Across the continent, infrastructure projects are expanding, trade is increasing, and goods are arriving in growing volumes. Many African economies have seen significant investment in roads, ports, railways, and industrial development tied to Chinese engagement. That doesn't mean the relationship is perfect or free of criticism. But compared to decades of Western promises and limited economic transformation, many Africans see tangible results from these partnerships. The reality is more complex than the narrative that Africa is simply being taken advantage of. The real debate should be about what delivers growth, jobs, and development, not about reducing Africa to a passive victim in every global partnership. If you found this perspective interesting, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Your support helps us continue bringing thoughtful discussions on global affairs, economics, culture, and current events.